Hey, so today we're going to talk about grieving a breakup or grieving after a breakup. All of us have been through it. Well, almost all of us have been through it. Some more than others, like myself. When we grieve after a breakup, and let me say something, if you're not grieving, that I will assume that you really wasn't that committed to the relationship to begin with, but let's go on. So by the end of this video, you'll have some insights on part of this grieving journey that you will experience um, during, the process of grieving after a breakup. But before we get to this, you've come to the right place to get the best conversations and life advice. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like, hit that bell, so you'll be notified when I upload a video every Saturday. Okay, so now let's talk about this 6-week journey, on moving on. The grieving period is around 6 weeks. And like I mentioned in my last video, healing after a breakup, 6 weeks is a good time to to get back to some normalcy. Well, that's unless the ex is still kind of lingering around, they're contacting you, they're calling you, but really, we need to get away from them. We need to regroup because breakups are terrible. I mean, terrible. I was reading an article in Glamour, and a licensed clinical psychologist by the name of Romani Durvasula said breakups hurt. No kidding. No disrespect, but really, they hurt. But she goes on to say, she made a real valid point. She says that breakups are incredibly disruptive to your daily life. And she's on point with that one. That's why grieving is so important. I mean, your life after a serious relationship is shattered. All of his friends or her friends or your friends, all of the places that y'all used to go, the spots that you liked to go, you still like to go there, but the memories, ouch, the memories. It takes time to deal with all these emotions, that really follow a breakup. We are all over the place. We're sad. We self-doubt ourselves. Like, did I do something wrong? I mean, been there, done that. And the anger, you're like, after all I did for this person. And what burns me up is when the ex turns around and says, well, that's what you were supposed to do. I was hot. And, if you've experienced that, I know you were hot too. You're like, okay. But I have to say that after many weeks, and for me, it took me a little longer than 6 weeks because my ex kept coming around, kept coming around. And I was like, but I recognized one thing. He was actually right. I was supposed to do those things. And here's what I mean. While in a relationship, you're supposed to give. You're supposed to nurture. You're supposed to water it so it can grow. The problem was me. That hurts. But it was me. I was so blinded that I didn't see that the relationship was so one-sided. did all the work. So that's what I'm trying to help you with. No matter how much it hurts, we must accept 100% responsibility for our relationships and how they develop. I ignored the signs, the red flags. I ignored my own uneasiness, my conscience telling me, girl, you need to move on. No matter how good looking he is. I should have, but I didn't. And I bring this to you because until we can accept responsibility of our actions and own up to the part that we played in this tragedy, we can't heal. We have to own up to our responsibility or we can't heal. And that's really the take home with this. You know, think about it. What about you? Grieving allows us to grow. It allows us to learn from our situations. It allows us to help focus on ourselves in relation to learning the signs that we ignored. And to be more aware of these red flags and these signs. And that's why grieving is so important. It allows us to learn to put ourselves first. So that, you know, when that next relation comes along, you'll be better than the last. Think about it. So did you think about it? So these were some feelings that we deal with through our journey of healing while grieving. So comment down below. Tell me which point you agreed with, if any of it. Have you actually gone through some of this? Or was it helpful in any kind of way? If you liked this video, let me know by hitting that like button. Be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. See you next Saturday.